Oh, hello again. I was looking at Secure Team 10 earlier on today, and Tyler's posted this video called "What Has Crash Landed in Antarctica?" something like that. So I thought I'd have a quick look at it, and it's sort of quite interesting. I mean, you can see those, you can see this object here, and you can see these lines going all the way back up to here, up to this mountain side here. And Tyler's done some measurements, and apparently these ruts are 9 metres apart, and the actual object itself is about 70 metres long. I'll leave a link below to Tyler's video so you can have a look at it. And he's got some sideways shots of this showing these shadows in better detail. Very jagged shadow here. It's about 70 metres long, 90 metres wide. And I looked at that and I thought, actually that could very easily be a piece that's just broken off of this rock structure here. Just a very big rock. There's a little earthquake or something, and it's just broken off, and it slid all the way down to there. And what makes me think that is the case is because if we look at the altitude, we can see the altitude here. See this down here? Elevation. So if I put the cursor on this gadget here, this whatever it is, and we can see the elevation is 957 metres. Now as I move the cursor, if I can move the cursor when I'm on the camera there, look at that at the bottom right hand corner there, elevation, okay? Now watch as I move the cursor along those tram lines. It's going up. It's going up. It's going up. All uphill. All uphill this. Keep going. See that? It's now 1,008 metres, bottom right hand corner, see that? The cursor's still going up there. Hang on, let's just see if I can get that out a bit. Can you still read that elevation there? I can barely see it myself actually. Elevation, there we go, there. And as I continue to follow the tram lines, so the elevation's still going up, it's still going up, and it's still going up, it's still going up, and it's still going up all the way back. There's no dips in it anywhere. It's just a continual climb back up to that point there where it started. And if you look at these other structures here, they look very similar to. They look very similar to the thing down here, don't they? They look very similar to that. And if you look at the elevation now, it's 1,071 metres. So that, I think, this is just a piece of rock, big piece of rock, very much like this. It's just broken off through, I don't know, an earthquake or whatever, shaking it loose, and it's just slid all the way down here to there. I think that's all that's happened, because if you follow those tram lines, it's uphill all the way back to there, downhill all the way to there. It doesn't go up and down, it's just a drop from here all the way down to there. So what's the elevation there? So the elevation there is, looking here, remember, 1,071 metres. Follow the tram lines all the way down to there. Elevation 957 metres. So that's an awful. So that's crikey. What's that? So 1,071. So that's 71 40, that's 111 metres. You know, that's 400 odd feet in altitude that thing has lost. Just sliding down there. It's basically, that's a big piece of rock that's broken off and it slid down a 400-foot slope, over 400 feet slope down to the bottom there, and I don't think there's anything more to that than that. So there you go, with practically no investigation whatsoever. I think we can say that nothing whatsoever has crash landed in Antarctica. This is actually South Georgia Island. And the other thing to consider too here is that, hang on just a sec, there is a sort of scientific base as well, I think. Now, when was this imagery taken? Yeah, 2010. So people have had an awful long time to look at it. I'll just drop the Google Earth for a sec and go to there. Copy that into the Google Earth, wherever it's gone. It's trouble looking around a camera when you're holding the camera in front of you, between you and the computer. I'll just put that into the Google Earth coordinates. First of all, I'll just zoom out. Zooming out, zooming out, zooming out. Okay, and then I'll paste in this place here. And we can see that this place here, this is actually a scientific base that's manned from time to time, and there's scientists there and what have you. If this is the one that was destroyed some time ago, actually, look, just looking at that, I mean these tanks down here look as though they may have been blown up, doesn't it? You know, if this is the scientific base that was blown up, then you know, as part of the black goo nonsense, then we can see, well, there was a hell of an explosion. Look at the size of those tanks. Anyway, as you can see, there's some huts, there's some buildings here, you know, some buildings, and there's some other stuff here. So there were people there, and if anything interesting had happened, they would of course gone and investigated, and we've heard nothing whatsoever about that. So I think we can put a line through that one. I think it's simply a very large piece of rock that's broken off the mountain side and slid down a 450-foot slope to where it came to rest. As simple as that. Okay, well, as always, thanks for watching if you made it this far, and I'll catch you again.